Alright, so what is going on, guys? My name is Cody, your shadow. Hopefully you guys can hear me right now. Busy road and wind. We haven't uploaded in a couple of days and we needed something to upload, and I thought, hey, let's do another how-to video. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do a 180. Alright, so a 180 is like a beginner trick. It's one of those things that you definitely want to learn when you're starting out BMX. Basically, the first thing you're going to want to know Alright, so like I was saying, it's one of those beginner tricks that you want to work on. And the first thing that you're going to want to know is what way you spin. So I talked about this a little bit in my last video. If you haven't seen the How To bunny hop, I'll put a card. I think it's this corner. Go check that video out if you haven't seen it yet. You're definitely going to need to know how to bunny hop in order to 180. I talked about this a little bit. Basically, if you are right foot forward, you're going to be spinning to your left. So I'm right foot forward, so therefore I spin to my left. If you're left foot forward, you're going to spin to your right. That's normally the correct way to spin. Although some people are goofy footed, so right foot forward people will spin to their right, left foot forward, left. It's just, you know, some people are goofy footed. Definitely figure out which way you spin first. Like I said, I'm right foot forward, so if you look, I spin to my left. The second thing you're gonna need to know how to do is you're gonna need some bike control. Basically, you're gonna just have to be comfortable on your bike. Spencer Forsman has a really good video of like some beginner things, like some bike control stuff. I think I can put a card for that. If not, just go to Spencer Forsman's channel and watch that. So you're gonna need to be comfortable with rolling backwards. Now, if you have a cassette, that means you have to pedal backwards when you roll backwards. If you have a free coaster like I do, you don't have to roll backwards. Your feet just stay parallel, which is actually, sounds easier, it's actually harder. It takes a lot of time to get comfortable on a free coaster, and I'm not even fully comfortable yet. So being comfortable with going backwards is definitely a big factor when it comes to doing 180s. So the best way you can practice this is just roll up to a curb or a stair or even a wall and push your front tire into it, and you can either pull your front wheel up or your back tire up and then pull back, or you just push into it and pull back, and that'll basically initiate you rolling backwards. For example, with Carson can get his 180s all the way around, but when it comes to rolling backwards, that's where he messes up. So just get comfortable with rolling backwards and coming out of it. You can half cab, you can just, you know, slide your front tire out of it, you can pivot out of it, it doesn't matter. So now we get into the actual 180. When you go to 180, you're going to carve whichever way you're gonna spin. So for me, I'm gonna carve to my left, and then as I carve, I'm gonna get to about 45 degrees before I start my hop. And you can start it earlier or later, it doesn't really matter, whatever helps. And one thing that I see people do a lot is they pull up both tires at the same time. So they would do a muscle bunny hop, or no kneel hop as we call them. Again, if you haven't seen the How To bunny hop video, go watch it and you'll know what I'm talking about. So when you do it, you're gonna carve, pull up your front tire, then pull up your back tire. You're gonna pull up your front tire and you're gonna pull up your back tire. And once you pull both tires up, you're now, you know, bunny hopping at a 90-degree angle. And it'll probably be a little bit scared, and you'll probably land sideways at first. So it'll look something like this. You're gonna want to go at a comfortable speed, but you have to have a little bit of speed for when you come all the way around. You have the speed to roll out of it. So if you can get to that 90 degrees or whatever it is, you know, you're close. You're gonna bunny hop a little bit harder, front tire, then back tire, turn, and as you turn, you're gonna keep your head like over your shoulder, but you're not looking up, you're actually dropping your shoulder. And I know it sounds weird, and I don't really understand it either, but it just happens. If you watch when I do a 180, I spin, my head is down and my shoulders dropped, and I basically keep eye contact with the ground. But just, you gotta remember to keep your head turned. If you don't turn your head, your 180 stops and you don't land it. So you 180, turn your head, drop your shoulder, look at the ground, and practice that. Just remember front tire, then back tire. Once you bring your 180 all the way around and you land backwards, that's good. Even if you can't initiate rolling back. I actually didn't learn 180s until I put a free coaster on my bike, just because I have a hard time pedaling backwards with a cassette, but I can do them with a cassette, obviously. That's why being comfortable with rolling backwards is very important. So again, you 180, keep your head turned, front tire, back tire, drop your shoulder and look, just keep your eyes on the ground and your head turned. You're gonna land either 270'd or fully 180'd or maybe a little bit over rotated, and then just stay relaxed and let your body just roll backwards. And when your tire starts to turn, or if your tire doesn't turn, you land completely 180'd, just turn your tire a little bit, lean to the side of whatever way you start to carve. And now this kind of goes with the whole rolling backwards aspect. If you've practiced rolling backwards and getting out of it, that's all you do. Once you get that 180 around, you come out of it. Look over your shoulder, lean, and just pivot with your front tire. You can use your pedal pressure, or you can just pull right out of it. It doesn't matter how you get out of it, as long as you do get out of it. Another thing you want to focus on when you're doing your 180 is just, you want to stay relaxed. You don't want to muscle through anything. Just like I've been saying, you pull your front tire up, your back tire, keep your head turned, and when you land, you're going to turn your wheel and just stay leaned. So just like you've seen in the videos, you're just going to follow through with the whole motion. Depending on how you land, if you land with your wheel already turned, just follow the rest of the motion around and come back out of it. It doesn't really matter which way you roll out. I can roll out both directions, and you guys hopefully should be able to also. It just, however you get out of it, you get out of it. As long as your foot doesn't touch, it counts. That's about all the tips I really have for you guys. So I'm gonna end the video off here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on notifications if you're new. And yeah, that's about it. See you guys later.